Welcome everybody to this live edition from The Point by your favorite point. Brought to you by Sprite, the clear favorite. I got a special guest with me. Obviously, we all know the resume. Two-time WNBA champ. WNBA MVP. Accolades from college. She's big time. A'ja Wilson, everybody.
A'ja, what's happening? Welcome to the show. We're so excited to have you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Now, I don't know if there's been anybody that's had a bigger year than A'ja Wilson this year. I think A'ja deserves another round of applause for that, man.
Thank you.
What's this year like been for you, coming off the championship and all of that?
Yeah, it's been incredible. Honestly, like a great 2 years. Just a lot has gone on, whether it's championships, whether it's writing a book. It's just been, my world has been crazy, but it's good. Booked and busy is always good. But no, I've just tried to have a lot of fun with it because I feel like some things, it goes by so fast. So I just try to take in the moment. So it's been fun, yeah.
We're gonna be jumping around from different topics, but what was one of the, most fun parts about your two championships? I know you got them back to back. Was there one moment that's sticks out to you most about them?
I think the biggest moment is that I didn't win them at home. I won them on the road. So I went to their place and was like, nah, this mine.
Yeah.
So I think that was just a lot of fun, especially in New York, because that was something that everyone anticipated. That was like the matchup that everyone wanted. And we lost a lot of our two big starters. So it was like, we were the underdogs in that situation. So to go in there and hear them booing us after we won, I was like, oh yeah, we here. I was like, I'm leaving here with something, give me it. So yeah, no, that was the best part.
I know Trae touched on a couple of your accolades, but I think the most recent one is the Usher stan that's come out. Usher was serenaded you at the show and all that. What you think about the halftime show? Usher was doing his thing on stage, Super Bowl. But I know you're a huge fan, so how was that experience?
Yeah, for sure. It's something that I asked for. I didn't know he was going to do all that. Kind of scared me a little bit. Oh, yeah, there it is playing. Yeah, it was definitely a big moment. When you're thinking about Usher, he is top dog, so it's pretty cool to have that. But I would say I would much rather see the Super Bowl halftime show on my couch versus being there, because you don't see all the theatrics, you don't see the movies, you just see Usher just kind of roller skating around. But on camera, on a TV, it's oh nah, he's crushing it. So I'd much rather see the Super Bowl on my couch. Sorry. If anyone else wants my Super Bowl tickets, I'll give them to you next year.
I think there's a lot of people that share that sentiment. But more than anything, I just wanted to say congratulations on your book, Dear Black Girls. It is out everywhere now. And guys, it was just announced that A'ja was 4th on the New York Times best-selling list. A round of applause for her.
Thank you.
Writing a book, what has that experience been like for you? I know that you've been very vocal. I've seen you on a couple late night shows lately, but yeah, we'd love to hear more about the book process and how it's been for you so far and all that.
It was a lot of fun. For those who don't know, I have a learning disability called dyslexia, and I never would have thought a young girl at the chance right there would ever write a book, let alone a chapter book. It was just very hard for me to pick up on things. So to write the book, particularly for people that look like me, was something very special, and I poured my heart out into it because it feels like a diary. It's not necessarily a chapter book. It's more so like a diary into my life. Because Trae, I feel like when people see us, they see us as the hoopers, they see us in the uniforms, but they kind of forget that we're people. They forget that we're human. So that book kind of puts it in perspective that we are human. We have feelings. We get frustrated. We have days where we're great. And let people know that at the same time, I can be petty. I can go bar for bar with you. Don't get it twisted. Just because I got this uniform on, I'm still human. So it was exciting just to kind of put it in words.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I have a little girl now, so I can't wait till she gets older. I'm definitely going to give it to her. Yeah. And I hope everybody out here goes and gets that book. Back to the basketball. Yeah. Winning this championship this year, was there a little bit of motivation behind it? I know
100%.
You didn't get the
100%. I already know where you're going with this.
the MVP. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be some motivation. But explain that motivation, because not everybody understands it. As great as you are and as successful as you've been, you still find little things here and there that can motivate you. So talk about what motivated you this year.
Yeah, it's the world that we live in. No matter how great you do, no matter what you may do, there's always going to be someone that has something to say. And I think that was my biggest knock to the chest this year was I felt like I had better numbers than I did the year before my MVP year, and I didn't get MVP. And that was just really drew a question mark to me. And it was not only did I not get MVP, I got a 4th place vote at that. So I'm oh, okay, like, bet, like, are we all watching the same thing? But at the same time, I was like, well, how can this fuel me and my team to better things and allow me to get finals MVP? And it was hard. It's hard because you feel like you put all that work in. You've done everything that you think to perfect your game and your craft. And then you still got some people that are like, nah, I don't see it. Mm-hmm. And I use that to fuel me to be like, nah, I'm going to make you see it so you have no choice. Mm-hmm. So that was the chip on my shoulder, and it's going to continue to be the chip on my shoulder because I'm like, there's people out there that still try to doubt me. Yes. It hurts being snubbed.
Hey, trust me, you talking to the guy. You're talking to the guy that gets snubbed more than anybody. Yeah.
Exactly. It hurts. Nah. Like it's pain. I don't like that.
Especially when you know you should be where you should be. So
exactly. And you look at the peers and you're like, huh?
Like, keep it for real.
Like, be for real.
Keep it for real.
Yeah, hey, I feel it.
We can relate.
This is a question for you, both of you guys, as leaders of your team. There's always this noise outside that goes on. You know, like you said, you got a 4th place vote, but you guys are about to go into the playoffs. Trae, there's a reason we started this podcast. There's always somebody who's trying to control the narrative that's outside y'all's space. As leaders of the team, how do you guys, and what are some tactics that you guys take to not let all that outside influence not only affect you, but affect what's going on in your locker rooms? Because at the end of the day, you guys are the leaders of the team. A lot of guys and ladies depend on you guys, you know, to be the leaders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think for me, I just control what I can control. I don't get too high with my highs. I don't get too low with my lows. And I feel like as a leader, I never realized how much my team really looks to me. Like, if I come in with a bad attitude, it just trickles down to them. So it really kind of made me put things in a perspective of life that's like, what can I control and how can I control it for the betterment of my team? And it has days like, I'm like, I don't feel like being that leader. I don't want to be that face, but I have to for my teammates. So I feel like I lean on them more than they would ever lean on me. And it's just been a lot of fun to just watch us grow together. I always say, go through what you go through. And I think that's huge. It's like you learn every day something different, and you just use that to be like, nah, this is me, and take it or leave it. This is gonna be me.
Yeah, I mean, Asia, she had, the nail on the head with control is what you can control. There's a lot of things that factor into everything. Like when it comes to All-Star votes and when it comes to MVP voting, and it's a lot of factors that go in, and it could be a lot of personal things that go into it too. Maybe people voting on you may or may not like you for whatever reason it is, and so at the end of the day, you can only control what you can control. And I think as leaders, that's what we have to continue to do, because, no matter what goes on outside the court, you're really judged and based off of what you do on the court. And so if you control what you can control on the court, at the end of the day, it's all going to pay off. And, like she said, like, we kind of lean on our teammates more than they lean on us sometimes, and they don't even know it. And I think that's something that, I feel like my teammates, and I know her teammates can feel, but I want, leaders out there to know that you can lean on your teammates as much as they lean on you, but you got to be the example too.
Absolutely. I think we should run this back to this year and how important of a season this was for you guys. Asia, this postseason, you averaged 23.8 points a game, 11.8 rebounds a game, 1.5 steals, 2.5 blocks, on almost 60% shooting. At what point did you realize during this postseason you're like, yeah, we got this?
Oh my God, I don't think I ever realized that. Like, that was my first time hearing those numbers.
That's monster.
That's crazy.
That's monster.
I feel like it was just a turning point when we lost our starting point guard and our starting center, and it was really just like down to the 3 that we were drafted there. And a lot of people said that we were a super team. I absolutely hated that narrative because I was like, we really grew together. Like, it was obviously we're all ring chasing. We all want a ring. So yes, I'm a chase a ring, 100%. Ring chaser, give it here. But like when it came to super teams, I was like, we're not a super team. So when we lost those 2 pieces, it was like, no, this is like the trench work. Like, we are dogs and we're going to make it out of here. And I think that game 4 in New York was my moment where I was like, no, I need to let y'all know, like, it's time. It's time. It's enough of the BS. We are here, and we about to just go ahead and defend this championship, and we're going to take it back to Vegas. And that moment there, it was just a mind flip. Like, it just clicks. Like, in game where you like, nah, you can't guard me. Like, come on. It just kind of flipped off in my head, and I was like, yeah, it's go time.
Talk about that, actually, because I know in high school, like, you would just click all of a sudden, and it went from 10 points to 40.
Yeah, so to break it down for y'all, me and Winston played high school basketball with each other, and from freshman year to senior year, we've been best friends. And So yeah, he knows all about my basketball story. I mean, yeah, in high school it was, I mean, 40 my senior year was tough.
Tough.
No, hold on. I want everybody to understand in the audience this really quick. Our senior year of high school, Trae averaged 40 points a game on 60% shooting in the top division in Oklahoma.
And you're saying that's tough? We're not saying a couple 40-point games. We're talking about averaging it. So night in, night out, you was like, I'm giving you 40.
Like you said, you get in that mode. You know what I'm saying?
I need that mode. I'm in a different mode. I'm like,
no, so I know how you feel. It's just, but it's like a mode when you're. I like to say, I mean, I just knew more. Like as a senior, I knew I was playing against freshmen, sophomore, and junior. Like there's no way these kids can know what I know. Like I'm about to go play D1. Like I'm about to. Yeah. I gotta be able to dominate. So like that's my mindset. So like as I got older, my points and everything just got better and better or whatever. But it was all more just the confidence, and you know how it is. Like when you have confidence, that just opens your game up even more. And speaking on confidence, I love, just from watching from a distance, your coach, Becky Hammon, one of the best coaches, obviously, in the WNBA. She could probably coach an NBA team and have them successful. But she mentioned you as being one of the GOATs, and at the end of your career, possibly being the GOAT. What do you think about that? I mean, that's not a light debate to talk about. What do you think about your coach putting that pressure on you like that?
I mean, yeah, leave it to Becky, man. She's gonna always set me up for something. But no, if just to have my name in that conversation is incredible to think about. Because I mean, I was a young girl at 11 years old that hated the sport. I hate to sweat. I still hate to sweat. It's the nastiest thing in the world. I'm like, why do I do this? Why did I choose this life? Just to see me now, it's incredible. It's incredible to see me even in those conversations. But if I'm the GOAT, I just hope that I didn't have to change to get there. You know what I mean? Like I hope I could be myself, be me, unapologetically me through it all. So people, like when you see me, you're like, that's Asia. Like that, we've seen her grow into this person, and she ain't really switch up like that. So
well, you ain't got. I don't think what you've been doing so far, you ain't got to worry about.
I think that's a testament though to not only athletes but just people in general. Is like there is only one you though. Yeah. And just understanding that. I think you'll just be able to champion whatever that is. So I'm happy you said that. And two, I think that also kind of ties into your book too, of like what an experience that has been writing that, but also giving that to your fans, to people around the world. So instilling confidence. So that's awesome. Is Vegas? Are you guys a dynasty?
Ooh, I feel like we have to win a couple more to be able to say.
How many more you got to win?
What you mean?
You got one.
I mean, I just feel like we got to win at least two more for me to be like, no, we did that. Like the back-to-back is huge. Like a lot of people when they're like, oh, two-time, I'm like, make sure you say that back-to-back because that's hard. Like that is hard to do.
It ain't happened in 21 years. So.
Right, like that's hard. So yeah, I think we're forming one, and I love it because, like I said, like we started this from ground zero. Like my first year with Las Vegas, I never lost that many games in my whole 4 years at South Carolina. Like to see it now where we're selling out like our whole lower bowl like that, I'm like, yeah, we're building something for sure.
Well, what about speaking of building something? I'm sure you keep up with the up and coming college players. Yeah. What do you think about, I mean, some of the up-and-coming players? I mean, Caitlin Clark, obviously breaking the record yesterday. Yeah. I mean, you got some really Juju Watkins from USC. Like, what do you think about some of these younger women in the game and how they're going to grow the game?
I'm super excited. I really am because they are shining a light in their own way. They're doing it their way. And that's what I love because a lot of times we hear young girls, they're dropping out of sport. They hate it. They don't want to play it. But now you're seeing these young women that are in college that are just crushing it. And so I just hope that the people that are continuing to hype them up and are behind them 100% follow them to the W. There's no drop off because that's how we really grow the game and expand the game is following someone that you watch, that you are just in love with, whatever you want to say, following them to the next level. But they seem like they're dogs. I'm excited to play against them. Obviously, because we ain't gonna have a draft pick, thank God. So they won't be on our team for sure. But I'm excited just to see how they continue to lay their footprint in the basketball world, but also professionally.
And looking back on yourself, what would Asia now not only tell Asia in college, or at least provide some advice to maybe a Caitlin, maybe a Juju who's experiencing this newfound stardom. You know, they're great hoopers, but what advice would you give to them as they're coming up, you know, to make sure that they're prepared for the next level?
Enjoy college. I think NIL kind of strips the kids of that now. I really wish that they can just enjoy college, be a kid, make dumb decisions here and there, learn from them, and your higher ups or however, just learn. But at the same time, I just wanted them to just have fun. I don't want them to lose out on that opportunity to just having fun, because you don't get those years back at all. And it's a completely different ball game when you get to the pros. But I'll just tell Asia, one, find a jump shot, because I was really heavy driving left. So have different dimensions to your game for sure.
And your college experience, I feel like it's not, I think overlooked is the wrong word, because you were, I mean, you obviously have a statue outside of the stadium, so you did some, but like,
I went to class.
But your college experience, how important was that for you to get to where you are now?
Oh, it was huge. And obviously my decision of playing under Coach Staley was huge for me as well. She taught me to be a great player, but even a better person. And so I really got to just grow with her. But college Asia, she did it all. I had an opportunity to pledge sorority. I did everything, and I love those 4 years of my life. At the same time, I won a couple things. Yep. So yeah, I ain't leave empty-handed. That's always good.
You know, did she give you any fashion advice? Because you be putting some fits on. You know,
I gotta drip down a little bit. Can't be out here looking dusty.
Right, for sure. So we out here in Indy for All-Star Weekend.
Freezing cold.
I know it is. It's snowing out here. It's freezing. But you got the celebrity game. You helping Stephen A. coach tonight?
Yeah. I'm more happy just to see Lil Wayne. Stephen A. I feel like I hear and see him every day, all day. It's like Lil Wayne. I feel like I'm more happy about that. But we're trying to look for the dub. I'm trying to win.
I'm gonna be watching.
We're definitely gonna be tuned in. You gonna be coaching any of them up on the sides?
Yeah, we start losing and people start getting sorry. We gotta bench them. We gotta bring in something new. I don't play.
What Coach Asia like? She a yeller? She a motivator?
I'm not gonna yell at you, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if you suck, go ahead and sit down next to me, pal.
Okay.
We're gonna have a good conversation.
Go ahead and sit down.
Just sit down.
It's over with at that point.
All right, this is my last question. So we got Steph and Sabrina doing a shoot-off.
Yeah.
Who you got? You got
you set me up here.
The greatest shooter of all time, or your WNBA lady friend?
I mean, I just saw something on my phone. Steph just shot like 150 threes in a row under 5 minutes. Yeah. That is unheard of. Like, I can't even do that in the middies.
I know.
So, I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that, but that's tough.
See?
That's tough.
They put pressure on me the other day.
Who did you say?
I said Steph.
Okay, yeah. I respect that. You don't have to say it like you're sorry.
But you could have said Sabrina, and
I mean, but at the same time, I understand why you said Steph.
That's what I'm saying. But she got the record, so that's why I was hesitant about it.
But it's Steph.
So we're going to see. It's going to be a good thing.
It's going to be a good one.
So I know we started with Usher. We can kind of end on a Usher note. You know, I think there was a quote out there saying that Asia potentially, I don't think we can listen to her pre-workout music, because I don't know if we could be ready to hoop like that. So if there could be one R&B song that you could have on loop for the rest of your career while warming up, what would it be?
Great question.
R&B? Dang.
Oh, I got a lot of R&B songs.
Go ahead. You can.
Go ahead. You
Can you stand the rain?
That's fire. I don't know. It have to be some Luther Vandross type stuff.
Okay.
You know, something a little chill, and a little vibe.
How you get hyped up to the game for that?
I'm crazy up here. When the clock go off, I turn crazy.
That's fair.
It's a different mindset.
That's fair.
That Luther go off, and it's like maniac.
That's fair.
Facts.
So last thing, we're obviously, as Trae said, we're at All-Star Weekend. The next, Trae talked about Steph and Sabrina. What should the next event be for an NBA, WNBA crossover?
No,
3-point
I don't
contest?
want that.
Okay.
I feel like you guys should have y'all's weekend and we have ours. That's why we have our WNBA. They probably gonna bash me on social, but that's okay. But that's just my opinion. I honestly feel like this is y'all's time. I know half of y'all probably be like, I could be in some sun right now, but I feel like this is y'all's time to just enjoy y'all's break, and we have our time. And I mean, we're not expecting y'all to come and do the skills challenge with us. Leave us alone. Let's be real here. Yeah. But no, I just feel like we should just keep it y'all do y'all thing, we do ours, and we just kind of always show our respect and meet in the middle.
That's dope. Asia, we just want to say thank you so much.
Thank
and again,
you.
congratulations on your book,
Yeah.
Dear Black Girls. Again,
Thank
you can get it
you.
everywhere. Asia Wilson, everybody. Here we go. Thanks again for joining the show, and shout out to our sponsor, Sprite. They're a presenting sponsor for their crisp lemon lime taste. It's a clear favorite. We'll be back soon, guys. Thank you guys for pulling up for the first episode.
Yes. Appreciate you, Asia.
Yeah, thank you.